We're first going to talk about why love hurts. Because love does hurt. Something that's supposed to promise you so much happiness seems to do nothing but draw in a lot of confusion. Right? First, let's talk about love. Love, in popular belief, is supposed to be emotion, connectionness, and union. That's when you and a woman come together emotionally and create this union. Is that really how it works? When you was in love with the girl, you was in love with the girl that hurt you. Did you guys really have a connection like that? Was it a real strong connection? Did it feel like a union? No. Because that's what's sold. That's what's sold to you. What's sold to you is that it's a connection and that you and her are going to form and be one. But you have yet to walk around and see a couple like that. Do you see couples like that? Yes, you do. You see couples wearing matching outfits, riding the same bicycle, doing everything together, and have been married for 50, 60 years. But that's just what it is. Married 50 to 60 years. What's the Sigma Nation definition of love? Over here at Sigma Nation, our definition of love is accepting the negative traits of someone that other people will not allow. What do I mean by that? What I mean is when you tell somebody that you love them, you're telling them, treat me bad and I'll forgive you. That's what love is. Treat me bad and I'll forgive you. Because when you start falling out of love, you stop accepting those negative traits. You know, like when you go tell your problems to somebody, they don't never tell you, hey, go over there so she can cheat on you. Yeah, man, stay with her so she could treat you bad. Yeah, stay with her so you could be confused in a relationship. No one ever tells you to go stay in the relationship so you could go through the bullshit. They tell you to stick it out because they don't want to talk about it no more. That's what people do. Oh, y'all should just work it out. Because they don't want to hear about your problems no more. Booloo, big shout outs, bro. Big shout outs. Thanks for the $10. That's what love is. So understand, in this game of love, the moment you tell somebody you love them, they're going to treat you bad. They're going to give you the opposite of what you're giving them. It's just some type of scientific thing that does that. Every time you told a girl you loved her, you got the shit. Let's go to the first slide. Why? That's the question we're answering today. Why do women treat the man that loves them the most the worst? First, self-punishment and self-sabotage. People hurt you. She will hurt you because she's too afraid to hurt herself. She don't believe like she's worthy of love. What do I mean by that? A lot of you guys that got played by women, you got played by women from single mother homes. You got played by women who went through a lot of BS in their life, a lot of trauma, a lot of bad guys, right? Bad background. But you being the bad guy, you being the beta male, you always have in your brain where you think that you could save her. You think that if you sit back and learn enough about her, then you could come up with a potion that can cure her. That's called when you start falling in love. You start to say, all right, I know she's a little messed up, but I'll take her anyway because that little cuteness on her makes my dick hard. So she looks cute in a way. You find ways to try to make sure she keeps looking cute. And then that cuteness takes over your desires. And then when it takes over your desires, now you start giving her excuses for her past. But what you're not studying in the past of a woman is that she doesn't know how to be loved if she's never been taught it. So when you try to love her, she doesn't recognize what that feeling is. She doesn't. If you grew up in a house with both of your parents and every day you watch your mom wake up and fix your dad breakfast, and then your dad go off to work, and then when he come home from work, mama's cooking dinner and mama's making sure the kids are at home and mama's making sure that the house is clean. She's making sure the house is ran and daddy's doing that. And you go your whole life watching that. And you and your dad, y'all got to play. And there's a real family bond there. When you get around dysfunctional people, their energy scares you. Right? It's kind of like, everybody's having a good time. And then here come the ghetto people in the restaurant. You're like, oh my God, here come these niggas. You just wanted to eat and have fun. But you already know what's going to happen when they walk in. You assume what's going to happen, what's going to walk in. Why? Because it's an energy you don't agree with. You don't recognize it. But if you take one ghetto ass nigga and another ghetto ass person walks in the room, then they just may connect to be best friends because they recognize each other's energy. That's what a lot of you guys haven't picked up when it came to women. All that trauma, all them bad stories that she's telling you, none of it showed where she was being treated nice. She never tells you the good stuff that the guys before her did. She never tells you if they spoiled her. She never tells you that. The only time she'll say a man spoiled me is when she thinks she's talking to a beta male provider that she can get over on, that she can use her sexuality to get ahead. But other than that, you guys don't understand that she's never been loved. She's never been taught it. Mommy didn't teach it to her. She was in survival mode. If she came from a single mother home, she does not know how to be loved by a man because her mother has taught her how to survive. If the father ain't been there, you get better results, not even just fucking her and leaving her alone, and she falls in love. Because that's the energy that she recognizes. So a lot of you guys have to understand that when she's treating you bad, it's because she's afraid to hurt herself. She's afraid to hurt herself. So what she's doing, she's going to lash out at you to get you to lash out at her because she feels like she deserves the treatment of being treated bad. You have to understand, when a woman starts to become a whore and starts to sleep around a lot, she gets to the point where she feels like, I'm only good for sex with different guys. This is why a lot of you been in relationships. A small percentage of you been in relationships and you caught your girl getting a train ran on her. Your girl cheated on you with a dude that probably beat her ass because she felt like she needed her ass whooped. You have women out there that get in these toxic relationships because they come from a toxic background, so they don't know what love is. They don't know what it feels like. They only know how to numb the pain out through sex. Because that's where everybody numbs the pain out at. You jerk off, you're numbing out your pain. The moment you ejaculate and that orgasm shoot through your body, there you go. Whatever you were stressing about, gone. It's the same thing with a woman. Her emotions are all over the place. Once that sex starts releasing dopamine and she starts getting orgasms all the time, and her basic life is fucked up and has no direction in it, she's stuck there. Because she feels like that's all she's worth. It's punishment to her and self-sabotage. Why you think they get all these tattoos? Because they need the pain. The pain is how they feel inside. So when you try to get close to that and you try to give it love, it doesn't know what that is. She doesn't recognize it. She's like, yo, what is this emotional feeling that's coming over me right now? And then she gets mad and then she'll lash back at you and treat you bad. Why? Because she wants you to get mad to treat her bad because she feels like that's what she deserves. And I guarantee you, most of you guys that are hearing this right now, the girl that dogged you out, the man before you, beat her ass. Guarantee it. Now we're going to go to the next reason. Gaining control and protection. What do I mean by that? See, when a woman lashes at you, she starts treating you bad. She's pretty much belittling you. What she's doing, emasculating you. You may see a lot of single mothers have done this to their sons. A lot of you have been through that, where mother has emasculated you, talked down to you, got you to the point where you feel like if you talk back to your mom, she'll knock your goddamn teeth out. Well, guess what? That woman that treated you bad, same energy. Same energy. This is why you see so many black women with weak ass men. So they can beat them up. That's what they want to do. They want to beat them up. You know what? I think I got something for y'all. I saw this earlier. Let me see if I could find it. I saw this shit earlier. Let's see if we could find it. Trauma relationships. Let's show you what I'm talking about. I seen the video earlier. I was going to put it on here, but we going to find it. So y'all can get down to the itty gritty of what I'm saying. Hold on. I got to find it. Where's that video at? All right, right here. See, I want you to watch this video.
And some new ones.
We're going to skip the ad. This type of relationship is what a lot of you young dudes are in. You're in this fuck shit.
Take life off pause and hit play at Omni Hotels and Resorts.
Shit.
You not done with me.
I love you. Can you use my phone?
Okay, you just said that you not fucking done with me. Then I swear to God, I will smack the fuck out of you.
Let me get my phone. I'm done. I'm not done, but on God, I'm done with this shit.
You done with what?
You
done with what? You not done with what? God, you not done with
Okay, give my phone. Give my phone. I'm just playing.
Do I tell you this phone across the
Hey,
fucking
stop.
parking lot on God?
I'll pay money for that video, bro.
This is what I don't get. You young niggas, y'all running around here wifing bitches up like this. This is dysfunctional, nigga. This bride right here is the type of shit y'all be dating. Just sitting there all depressed. What? What do you mean? What? Y'all do the same thing he doing, acting goofy as fuck. The shit cute to you. This is exactly what's going on. When you start seeing this, you're not going to change that. You're not going to change a woman like that. You're not going to. And that's what we need to let you guys know. Women like this need to be tossed somewhere. Toss them. They're done. Why? Because they're not programmed to be women. In order for a human being to actually get it, it has to be programmed from the parents. They're going to listen to the parents first. If the parents don't teach them how to be regular people, they end up dysfunctional like this.
I don't give a fuck what you pay. You talking about you telling me playing this shit. Hell, I get tired of you sometimes. That don't mean I'm fucking done.
Oh.
Stupid ass. And if you talking about you done and shit, putting secret shit on Facebook, I swear to God, I'll pull up on you for real. My auntie do stay out there if you don't know. Give me a kiss.
That's what you call An intimidating relationship. Man, this commercial keeps popping up every 3 minutes. Intimidating relationship. A lot of you guys are in relationships where you're scared that your girlfriend will beat you up if you break up with her. What you're not paying attention to is that she's gaining control over you every time she gives you attitude. And the moment you try to walk away, her narcissism's going to kick in. And that's when you're going to have problems. Let's go to the next one. Boundary testing. This is where you have to stand up for yourself. All right. This is where you have to stand up for yourself. And boundary testing is really very, very, very important when it comes to a woman. And the reason why is because it tells her how far she can go. That's why it's good. And I've said this in a lot of videos. It is good to always let a woman know when you first meet her what you're going to accept from her and what you're not going to accept from her. That way she knows where she stands. You guys don't give women boundaries. And the reason why you don't give women boundaries is because you go to by the time you get around and saying, hello, I like you, I want to call you, I want to go on a date. When a man gets a woman's number, he calls her, they're going on a date, and they're actually looking like he may have a chance of a relationship. Just to get that far with a woman, you're doing whatever you got to do not to fuck it up. Because to stop, start all over again, go find another woman to talk to, it's like draining, soul draining to a lot of you guys. So you end up with dysfunctional women that other guys don't want, but are willing to show you the time of day because you're willing to be there. But all the other guys before her are not with her for a reason. They had boundaries. When she go past them boundaries, they let her go. But she's told you that she lets them go. Isn't that how that works? The woman always tells you she let all the other guys go. But the guys really let her go because she went past their boundaries. So a lot of attitude that you're getting from women when she starts treating you bad is because she's testing your boundaries. She wants to know how far I can go. That's why I tell guys, most of you, you're not designed for a relationship. One thing that an alpha male knows that I can teach you betas going into alpha, then sigma, what I can teach you about a woman, you will be checking a woman for the rest of your life. Always. Once you show alpha frame, you will be showing alpha frame for the rest of your life. Because when she get comfortable again, she's going to challenge your intelligence again. She's going to badmouth you again. She's going to get smart with you again. And then you're going to have to look at her and you're going to have to say, bitch, don't talk to me like that. That's what you're doing in a relationship. You're constantly checking your woman. Because what women do when they get comfortable in a relationship, they like entertainment, which means that they go around other couples and talk shit. They go around other couples and want to crack jokes. Next thing you know, you and your girl relationship is on display for everybody else. Y'all just look like a dysfunctional relationship. That's how marriages are. That's how relationships are, right? When that sex die out and you left dealing with that, that's where it hurts. And the reason why it hurts is because she don't know her boundaries. She don't know how far she can go. All she's doing is how she feels. So she'll be around you acting a certain way. Once other girls come around, here she go running free. She got to show the other girls like, look, I got this nigga on lock. And if this nigga do something, I'll punch him in the face. She doing all that to show other girls. Why? Because you ain't put no boundaries out there. You ain't told her, bitch, you do this, I'm gone. Girl, you do that, I'm gone. You know what you did? You sit back and laugh it off just like old boy in that video. That's what happens. You ignore it because it's cute. You think she likes you a lot. That's what you start to think. Oh, she crazy because she just likes me a lot. That's how it is. She in love. She's scared of the next girl. No. She ain't scared of the next girl. You're her punching bag. You told her, I love you. As soon as you told her, I love you, guess what you did? Guess what the word love did? The love removes all boundaries. You see how that works? See, you're supposed to set your boundaries, right? And then you make a woman prove her love. That's what you're supposed to do. But not you. Not you. You don't set any boundaries. And then you tell her you love her. What's the definition of love? Accepting all of the negative traits of a person that no one else is going to accept. You cannot be with a woman without setting boundaries. In order to set boundaries, you can't love her. You have to like her. That's what you guys have to understand. You have to like her. You can't love her, because love is just telling her, treat me bad. Treat me bad. Whatever you do, don't worry. I'm going to forgive you 10 times. That's what love said. Keep doing it. I'll just keep forgiving you. I ain't got nothing else to do. Just keep doing it. But everybody that's not in love with her will always tell you what's wrong with her. Because they have boundaries. When you're in love, you don't set any boundaries. So understand, get love out of your brain. You want to like a woman a lot. You don't want to be in love. The moment you tell her you love her, you will get the shit. When you don't tell her you love her, she keeps working harder to get you to say it. Just never say it. Because love isn't a real emotion. When you get around your 40s and you start getting up, you start noticing love is not a real emotion. It's a facade. You guys watch me on my second channel. I went on vacation with a girl. But the girl I go on vacation with, she has her own place. She has her own business. She has her own house. I have my own business. I have my own house. We have boundaries on how far the relationship goes. I've already set those boundaries. There is no marriage. There is no kids. There is none of that. Those boundaries are set. We know where it's at. So there's room for a relationship, but she already knows how far she can go. So the relationship is good because she never goes past the boundary. That's what you guys have to do. You have to set your boundaries. You have to let her know what you are going to do and what you're not going to do. But the moment you say, I love you, whatever boundary you gave her goes right out the window. Guarantee it. All right, let's go to the next slide. Idolization and high expectations. All right, what do I mean by that? This is what I mean by that. This is when a woman gets with you out of desperation. Give me 1 second. This is when a woman gets with you out of desperation because you don't want to go anywhere. But she doesn't want to be alone. So you and her are in a relationship. But there's a problem while you're here. She wants you to be another man. So she's going to try to force you into being a man. If you're weak, she'll try to force you into being a thug. She may even get you to try to drink to get you to see how tough you are. Or she may talk to you bad all the time just to see you get angry and rile you up because she wants you to be somebody that's inside of her head. Like a lot of these girls, right? When y'all young, it's all cute. When there ain't no babies involved. When y'all just dating, everything is just cute. Then when the kid come, right? She wants you to be a millionaire overnight. Because that's what she feels like she deserves. She deserves a high value man. So now the baby's here. She's like, you know what? I deserve a high value man. He better become a high value man overnight or I'm not going to be with him. I'm going to treat him like shit because he ain't the man that I feel like I deserve. And if I can't transform him into the man that I want him to be, then I'm going to leave him alone. That's when she treats you bad. She's trying to force you to be a man that you didn't even want to be. but what she has fantasized in her head that she thinks she deserves, that she's supposed to be with. And believe it or not, women leverage this fantasy into cheating. Because with no boundaries, her brain's running free. For the most part, most girls that are treating men bad, their brain's running free, which means their imagination's just running. When their imagination just runs, she wants you to be a certain type of guy at 8 in the morning and a different type of guy at 4 in the afternoon. And when you can't be the guy that she has pictured in her head, now you get mood swings. Now you the guy wondering, what's wrong, man? I'm treating her so good, but she's just never satisfied. What am I doing? That's how most guys in close relationship and marriages are sitting back, scratching their head, trying to figure it out. Like, I don't know what the else I could do next, man. Like, God damn. Like, this girl just ain't never satisfied. She ain't never happy, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know. You getting around other guys like, hey, you going through those problems, or are you having those problems too that I'm having? They looking at him like, nah, nigga, you just suck. You just a sucker, bro. Because she got with you out of desperation. Now she's trying to change you into the guy that she really, 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 really want. Typically, this happens when you get with a girl that make more money than you. How many of you guys have ever dated a woman that made more money than you? Then she comes home one day and says, this nigga got to be a doctor. Now all of a sudden, she may even try to hook you up with some nigga she fucked in her past on how to get a hookup through something. She trying to transform you into the man she thinks that she should be, that she think you should be. That's what she doing. That's where the confusion comes in at. That's when men are like, I can't be this superhero, whatever type of dude you got going on in your head. So then she starts to belittle you. She starts to talk down to you. She starts to make you feel like shit, but you're still wondering, like, why are you still here? Ain't about why she's still there. You got to think at the beginning. You wouldn't leave. A lot of you guys wouldn't leave the relationship when the red flags popped up at the beginning. We're past red flags. I'm past you. We ain't go with red flags. I'm deep into the relationship. You being in a relationship now. That's where I'm at. I'm at you in the relationship now. After you've ignored all the red flags, now you there. She wants you to be somebody else. And when you can't be that somebody else, every time she see you, she gonna talk down to you. She gonna make you feel like shit. Why? Because she wants you to do two things. Get the fuck away from her or lash out at her. And tell her, bitch, you ain't shit. Bitch, you ain't doing this. Bitch, you ain't doing that. That's what she wants you to do. She wants you to be an alpha male. She wants you to be dominant. This is why CEOs at prisons are getting trains ran on them by 11 dudes. You feel what I'm saying? The nicest guys in the world gets cheated on wife cheats on him with a guy half his value. Why? Because of the attitude. Because that guy is something psychologically that she wanted. So when she's not happy with you being the man you are, and she's trying to force you into being another man, that's what you call idolization. That's why she treats you bad. All right, let's go to the number 5. Too much time together. That's another thing you guys have to understand. Too much time together. You and her are going to argue and fight all the time when you spend too much time together. Tell guys all the time, when you're in a relationship, you and her should not be talking on the phone all day long. Matter of fact, y'all shouldn't even talk every day. You have to maintain that. One thing that I've noticed when I was in Miami and when I was younger, I used to work valet. And there used to be a lot of businessmen that came in and out of town. which pretty much how I got started with the stock market. I don't want to go into details, but I used to work at the Short Club Valet in Miami, man. And a lot of stock traders used to come in and out. But I always see like the same stock traders, like every other month was always coming in. So you get used to them. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, all right, I know who he is. I know who he is, you know. But it didn't take me till I got older to understand the guys when they would come to Valet and say, hey, I need nose candy and women. You know what I'm saying? I need nose candy and women. You know, they will always want the nose candy and women. And anybody that know Miami, know Valet in Miami, that's where the money spot's at. Them dudes wasn't afraid to throw you a couple hundred or a couple thousand to make sure they had women. But one of the guys one time, I overheard them talking to each other. And he was telling the dude like, yo, man, why you always have these other girls, man? Like, how do your wife feel about that? He says, hey, this is what's keeping my marriage. This is what maintains my marriage. This is what keeps me with my wife. It's because I don't get to be around my wife every day. And it helps balances out the relationship. Whenever I'm around my wife every day, she drives me crazy and it makes me want to divorce her. But when I'm not around her every day and I got business meetings and I'm doing this, the relationship is better. And that's why I've noticed in relationships, in order for it to last, in order for it to have some type of structure, you and her cannot be around each other all the time. You cannot be connected hands and foot and every 5 minutes y'all just up each other's ass. That's another reason why a lot of you guys get treated like trash. It's because you're around the same woman all the time and you and her have no other distraction. And the reason why you guys don't have any distractions is because you let go of those distractions in order for you to prove yourself to her. See, men are going to let go of their distractions to chase some pussy. But you're not going to get the woman until she fully knows that she's your distraction from that thing. That's the difference between the beta and the alpha. That's what you guys don't understand. Is that a woman gets you to break first. She gets you not worrying about your job. Next thing you know, she calling you on your job and you like, man, I got to go on break. I hit you right back. Hey, girl, yeah. I got 2 minutes. You know what I mean? What's going on? No, I just wanted to call and say, hey, how you doing? That's it. And hang up the phone. She starts calling you to talk about the stupidest shit at awkward times. You get to picking up, knowing you should be at work, knowing you shouldn't be on lunch break. Now you at job. When the arguments start, now you at the job. Text messaging in between. It's throwing you off your hustle. She know that. She don't care if you're sitting at fucking work about to get fired. If you get fired, text messaging her and tell her I just got fired for text messaging you. She's going to be happy because she feels like she has a lot of power and you love her. For what is love? Accepting the negative traits of someone that someone else is not going to do. So, what you have to understand is, if you spend too much time with that woman in a relationship, looking at her every day, you're going to fail. The relationship's going to fail, your money's going to fail, and your focus is going to fail. Because I can tell you this right now, most women, especially nowadays in a relationship, they not going to stop talking to 6 dudes until you cut off all of your distractions. See, when you get down to only talking to her, she's still gonna be down to her last 4. That's what you need to know. See, you may meet a woman, get her number, and everything starts working, and you're talking to multiple women, and she's talking to multiple guys. But there's a big difference here. See, guys can talk to multiple women, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're dating them, that you're fucking them. See, you can have one girl that may give you a chance and then you're chasing the other 3, hoping that it falls into play. Guys, unless you're famous and paying for it. You never really have women just lined up ready for you. It just doesn't work that way. But it does with a woman. The only thing is with a woman, she decides who she's going to sleep with when she's younger based off of masculinity. When she gets older, she decides who she's going to sleep with based off of how fast she can benefit. What do I mean? That means the older she get, the more money a man has, the faster she's going to sleep with him because there's a chance for her to level up. But before she can learn that game when she's younger, she's just going to date the guy who's the most masculine till she learns how life rotates. All right? That's what you guys have to understand when it comes to a woman. That when you get older, you don't want to see her that much. You don't want to be around her that much. Even when you guys get closer and you get married, you don't want to see your woman all day long. The relationships that last are the guys that work 16-hour days stay married the longest. When you're working 16-hour days, you're the boss of something. You're running some type of business that's making a lot of money. When you work a regular 9 to 5, you're going to always have relationship problems because you just have a 9 to 5. So some days you're going to work 8 hours. Some days you're going to work 7 hours. But one thing that it is going to leave is going to leave enough time for you and her to argue because you're going to always be around each other. So understand, a lot of arguments is from you and her being around each other too much. But if you work in a 9 to 5, how do you cure this? When you get off work at your 9 to 5, you need to be working on your master plan. Your master plan can't be, I'm going to work this job for 20 years and then get a pension. Those days are over. Oh, I'm going to jump into real estate. Those days are over. Real estate market's done for at least 5 years. Anybody jumping into real estate right now is pretty much stupid. When it comes to the stock market, if you have not memorized your setups and disciplined yourself with the stock market, studied them stop losses, and know exactly what you're doing, that gimmick is up. So you got to find a way to stay distracted. The more you stay distracted and you stay focused on your purpose, the more bargaining power you have. Without bargaining power with a woman, without having the upper hand, and you're always forced to be around her, the relationship is not going to work. I can guarantee it. Most guys that have bad relationships don't own businesses. They work jobs. That's straight up. Think about it. Go talk to your boy who own a business, somebody who own a job, self-employed, and then talk to somebody that work a 9 to 5. Somebody that clocks in every day. If you clock into a job every day, you have way more relationship problems than somebody who makes their own money. Because when you get off work, you're not distracted by going to your dream. You're distracted by making sure what she's doing. All right?